Investigates.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us. Haven't been live in a while,
Yeah, it's
and
been
we're
a
going to
while.
be live on here for a few minutes, at least until we lose signal.
Right.
Sheila can tell you what we're doing.
We're attempting, what we're going to attempt to do is look for little,
We're on our way to Jackson, Kentucky,
right,
Breathitt County,
right,
about 2.5 hours away from where we live, and about an hour and a half away from where London, Kentucky, from where Joseph Couch was.
right.
We we've been keeping up with this since the day it happened.
Yeah.
Got a lot of calls, emails, texts. Guys, we're nothing special. God found Joseph Couch
Exactly.
for those people
Exactly.
of London, Kentucky, and the prayers that was being asked in the family.
Right.
But we do like to do our
Help.
part. And Mark 11:24 said, "Therefore believe that whatever you ask for in prayer that you've received, and it will be yours." And
Yeah.
we're hoping that we can find this young man. We're hoping God leads us to him, and hoping he's still alive.
We're hoping.
So that's where we're headed to. We've been a while going.
Yeah.
One thing is the state police evidently have got it blocked off to where, from what we understand, only searchers and the police can search. I don't agree with that, but I don't agree with a lot of things the state police does. But we can, I'm sure there's somewhere. When we went looking for Joseph, we didn't care if we went in the back, the front, north, south, east, or west. We just searching them. We felt we were doing something. And that's what we're going to do here. At least we'll be there where if there's something we can do or area that we can search, we will.
We'll be glad to help.
We have our own feelings as to this. As a police officer of 40 years, a person's past often predicts their future. And let's say everybody's innocent till proven guilty, and we are not accusing. Thank you, babe, for that word.
Yeah.
We are not accusing anyone, but we have a feeling this case is a little bit different than most, because both of these parents and step parent has a criminal history.
Yeah. Right.
And Sheila and I got ready to go up here when he first came up missing, and then as we watched the news and saw where things were coming to light, we kind of figured that maybe he wandered off.
Right.
We're hoping he did. We're hoping. This child lost his grandmother back in May. That's who he's been living with. That was his family.
That's what we were told. Yeah.
Yeah. Now listen, guys. We got a disclaimer, and we don't know everything, and I may be wrong on some things, but from what we understand, he was living with his grandmother.
Yeah.
She passed away. No doubt he's brokenhearted. They gave him back to the same parents, step parents they had taken him from to give to the grandmother, is our understanding. Why? We don't know. That's for somebody else to figure out. But we didn't go searching because we felt that maybe there's more to it than him just running off.
Right.
Is it possible he ran off?
Sure.
Of course. Of course. Sheila and I want to know where his grandmother lived, how far away from... Go ahead, babe.
Yep. How far away did she live from Jayden's mom's house? Where is she, her resting place at, her final resting place, where is she buried? We have different questions we would like to get answers to, and maybe that will help find Jayden.
This young man could have gone looking, or not as much looking, but lonely, and went to the cemetery. I don't know. Maybe somebody has searched there.
Yeah.
But a 10-year-old child, he may have gone to the cemetery to be near his grandmother if he's that heartbroken. You can in my opinion, again, I know I talk a lot about former law enforcement, but it does pay off sometimes. But look at that child's eyes.
Yeah.
Look at his weight. He appears to be underweight. I have a feeling underneath those clothes he was skin and bones. He looks pretty thin. That doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean he's been abused. Doesn't mean he's may just be where he's lonely. Maybe where he lost his grandmother.
Yeah.
The circles underneath his eyes. Has he been crying? Has he been mistreated? Has he been, at the time that picture was taken, was he scalded? And how your facial expression, we're assuming. We assume a lot of things. We speculate. We use our opinion.
Mm-hmm.
We're hoping that the police are interrogating, not questioning, but interrogating
Right.
Felicia and Joshua. That's what we hope. We hope they're interrogating them. We hope if they haven't already sent them for polygraphs, that they do send them. Use every investigative skill, technique,
Right.
and technology that's out there to assist them in this investigation. What gets Sheila and I is, and that's what I disagree with sometimes as law enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
I won't just single out one particular agency, but it's like I know something and you don't know it. I'm not telling. Well, sometimes it's better to tell if you want to solve, as inquisitive people and citizens, wouldn't it be nice to know if that boy actually came up missing? If somebody actually saw him that night
Mm-hmm.
at 9 o'clock when he went to bed? We don't know. Could he have been missing for a week? Could a person had a week to do something? When's the last time somebody besides Felicia and Joshua,
a neighbor, an aunt, uncle?
How about brothers and sisters?
Yeah. Well, they're all small, aren't they?
Have seen him? I don't know.
I think they're small. I'm
well,
not
he's
sure.
10, so how small is he? The oldest of the? I think there's 5 of them.
Yeah, from what I understand. So I don't know if.
So Sheila and I are headed to Jackson. I don't know if we'll be able to do anything at all. There for a while, they said that they were only letting law enforcement and rescue search. I don't know why. I don't know why that is. This is not an armed person out in the woods that you have to fear. This is a child, if he's still alive and out there. It doesn't matter who finds these people. It just matters that they're found.
Exactly.
And the more, nobody's going to be married unless they find him and find him alive. But the more people that's out there actively searching, the more chances they are of finding him, providing he actually disappeared that night and he's somewhere within that radius of Jackson.
I wonder, does anybody on the holler there have like that door camera thing? Does anybody?
I can't see that.
That's just a text. I should have.
That's a good question, babe.
Does anybody have anything like that? You know how people have those doorbell cameras and stuff. Does anybody have any cameras that they have checked?
Surely everybody by now has checked their Ring or door cameras.
Yeah.
Or security cameras.
Yeah.
Surely everybody. Review your cameras up and down that holler. When was the last time that somebody saw that vehicle or their vehicle go up and down that holler? I see a blue truck and a red car in their yard.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of vehicles they got. Again, guys, we're not accusing nobody, but at the same time, as a police officer, we know, not only us, but you guys, that a lot of times when these children come up missing, people say, well, why are they looking at the parents for? Or why are they not looking at the parents? So it's only natural.
Right.
It's only natural that we look at everybody. Law enforcement needs to look at everybody. Is there any sexual predators,
Exactly.
child sexual predators that are on the list living within 2 or 3 miles. Has anybody checked them? Has anybody checked
Oh,
them?
sorry.
Has anybody checked them? Oh, she can see it better there.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to look at all the comments.
Sure.
There's all kinds of comments here, guys, and I'm sorry. I'm
Great.
trying to find another way to observe them.
Throw us your questions.
Wow, you all are sweet. Thank you.
Or comments.
It's nice seeing everybody. Thank you. Yeah, someone said he looks sad and
malnutrition. I agree with that. We're not doctors or psychiatrists, but
Good morning.
You know, guys, did it have anything to do? Sheila and I was talking this morning with school getting ready to start, and all of a sudden you've got to account for all your children. And did it have anything to do? Here's 2 or 3 of them.
What is that? Oh,
Tesla trucks.
Tesla truck.
That's a FOP tag.
Oh wow.
And must be having.
Hi, Tracy.
But again, we don't know, and we get very little information from law enforcement. And why? What's the big secret? I don't know. I think they could put out there and say the child was missing. The last time that anybody other than the parents saw him was
right.
So we would know that the 2 parents. Guys, I'm going to tell you, Kentucky, and I'm speculating and I'm using my opinion. I'm not accusing anyone. I'm just talking hypothetically, and I'm talking as an investigator.
Okay.
Kentucky has the death penalty. We have the death penalty, and we have that. So we use that sometimes as a tool to solve a case. Is it unusual for? There's an old saying where 2 or more are involved, one will talk.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you've got. What, babe?
Go ahead, and then I'll say something.
Where 2 or more are involved, one will talk. But you've got to make it worth somebody's while to talk. Let's say, hypothetically, that people are involved with the missing of Jayden. We have the death penalty. If you don't want the death penalty, then you need to roll over on the other one. We'll go after that one. You know, there's a statement that was wrote there. Go ahead with your comment.
That's what I was going to say.
Well, I kind of felt that, to be honest. Go ahead.
In the note that was shown on the news channels, I was curious. Fred and I both caught on to that, and I'm sure you all did too. But she stated, "Do the right thing." Who is she talking to?
Who's she talking to?
What did she mean by stating "do the right thing"?
Was it just a statement,
yeah.
Or could she have been sending that towards somebody?
Yeah.
Death penalty. Do the right thing. Everybody needs to do the right thing. If you know something,
yeah.
We don't know, guys. Wouldn't it be something? It don't matter to Sheila and I. We don't care. Just like we didn't care on Mr. Couch.
Right.
We just need to know where this young man's at. This boy. This is not a young man. This is a boy, a child. We need to know where he's at. What if he is still out there? What if he did run away? See, a lot of times we go one direction or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Sheila and I look at both directions. Is it something that happened within the family, or did this young man with his grandmother just passing away 2 or 3 months ago? Is he brokenhearted, lonely, lost, doesn't know which way to turn, doesn't know who to turn to? Had a big argument, got jumped onto, says no more. Now, a lot of people says, oh, he's afraid of the woods, he's afraid of the dark, he's afraid. May have been more afraid of what he was facing than the elements. You know, I've seen children that would rather stay with the abusive parents and have a home than they would to think that they're going to a stranger's home or something. I've seen that. Some kids would rather get beat and whipped
Wow.
and take it just to have a home, or to, at least when they're getting, as weird as it sounds, at least when they're getting attention and disciplined, they're getting attention from that parent.
Right.
Some children, that's the only attention they get.
Exactly. But we're if he's been with the grandparents for at least 60 years, 60 years, 6 years, excuse me, I misspoke. If he's been with her for 6 years, that's very traumatizing. There, he was taken or
Oh,
rehomed at
that's who he
4, and
considered,
then yeah.
more than likely who he
So,
considered his. That's who he was close to.
and if there are other kids in this family, are they still in the home?
Surely not. Not until this is solved. Not until he's found one way or the other, and them either cleared.
Hmm.
As of right now, the police, and rightly so, just like Sheila and I, we don't we don't accuse nobody. As of right now, the police have not named anybody as suspects or even foul play. Rightly so. You know, you don't want to accuse somebody unjustly of something. Nothing worse than accusing somebody of something and and them be innocent. There's nothing wrong with investigating
Right.
or throwing different scenarios out there of what could have. It's not what could have happened. It's what's happened in the past. What's that little girl's name? I saw a picture the other day of that. Um, Remember that little girl that the mother put her in the boat or something, California, Kaylee or something.
Oh,
I
yes.
seen a picture
Her
the other
mom's
day.
out now.
It's so
Yeah.
many years anniversary, and
Yeah.
these things happen. Sad to say, but they do happen. And since they do happen, we have to look at all
Possibilities.
possibilities.
There's got there's got to be something that somebody knows and heard and seen. I don't understand how these babies can just